Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 49th episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers titled Return of an Old Friend Part 1. We begin this episode at the youth center where there are a lot of extras walking around for Parents' Day. And hey, we finally get to meet our heroes' parents. Also color-coded correctly to their offspring ranger suits, while Jason's dad and Trini's dad arm wrestle. Billy's dad is there, and turns out Billy is running late. Skull walks around with a video camera, and we see that he didn't fall far from the tree. He talks to Principal Kaplan about how Bulk is running late because their car was having trouble, which then turns into a minor earthquake occurring. And Ernie flips a cake onto Bulk and his parents just as they walk in. Then in walks Kimberly's mom with a man. She asks Trini where Kimberly is, and they're looking for Kimberly when an extra says that they saw her outside. Then, Kimberly's dad walks in. Ruh-roh! Yes, it's super casually mentioned that Kimberly's parents are divorced. Also, we only ever meet Billy's dad in this episode. If that means that he's only got a dad or anything else, it's not really revealed, but personally I like the idea that his mom's passed away, just to make the Rangers seem a little bit more real. On the moon, Rita watches the Rangers and she makes fun of them for loving their parents, so she needs a monster to capture the parents. Finster suggests the Dromole monster, who can fire gas that will hypnotize the parents and then kidnap them. Solid plan. Outside the youth center, Trini finds Kimberly, who is visibly upset. She's worried about her parents being there together, and she blames herself for her parents even being divorced. Trini tells her that both of her parents are here, and relieved, they start to go into the youth center when they're jumped by putties. Alpha and Zordon see this happening, and they contact Jason and Zach. The two go outside and help Trini and Kim against the putties. We cut back briefly for Gulzar to let us know that after they kidnap the parents, he'll force the Rangers to trade their power coins. Then the Dromole monster shows up under the youth center, kidnapping everyone. Outside, the Rangers continue to fight the putties when Billy just waltzes into the youth center. Did he not notice the fight outside? Rita wants to use Billy to get the Dragon Dagger, and the gas sprays out at him. Finally, the other four finish their putty fight before they decide to head in to see their parents. Cut to Billy, who is now totally under Rita's mind control. He disappears to the command center where he promptly unplugs Alpha, and after he argues with Zordon about how much he sucks, he gets the Dragon Dagger and pieces out. In the youth center, the four other Rangers walk in, freaked out that everyone is gone, when Kim finds a scarf that she gave her mom for her birthday. Looks kinda shitty, Kim. They contact Zordon, and Zordon tells them to come to the command center right away. They do, and they ask him questions, and Zordon says that the parents are fine for now. Kimberly asks, what do you mean for now? And Zordon says, for the time being. Fuck you, Zordon. Zordon lets them know that Billy stole the Dragon Dagger under Rita's mind control, and that the Dromole monster is out there. The Rangers morph to Rita's Dark Dimension to stop Billy from giving the dagger to Gulzar, but they're too late. The four morphed Rangers fight putties while a confused Billy looks on to the tune of Ron Wasserman's song Fight. Then Gulzar grabs the Dragon Dagger from Billy, and the spell is broken from Billy, who is really confused. Then Gulzar says that they have to make a decision about turning over their power coins for their parents by the time that the sand runs out through the hourglass. Billy morphs to help them, and they fly into the city where Gulzar has used the Dragon Dagger to call forth the Megazord. This episode is getting kind of intense. The Rangers call out their Dinozords, and we see some cool new shots of the Zords being summoned. The Rangers climb aboard and form the Megazord in what is honestly kind of a better shot version of the sequence than what we got in the proper Japanese show. The Megazord and Dragozord fight because, you know, tension, before the Rangers just jump out of their Megazord and land near a waterfall by Gulzar, who shows them a floating image of the hourglass being empty. They ask Zordon what to do, and Zordon says that since this involves their parents, he cannot make decisions for them. Sounds a lot like a whole lot of not my problem, guys. Gulzar teleports a box in front of him, and one by one, the Rangers put their power coins into the box, demorphing as they do it. Jason asks for their parents back, and Gulzar calls them fools for trusting him and disappears in flames. Rita celebrates on the moon briefly before Alpha and Zordon teleport the Rangers in, who watch their parents hypnotized in the Dark Dimension. The Rangers beat themselves up for trusting Gulzar, but guess what? Gulzar is missing one power coin, which Jason holds in his hand. At the youth center, a figure walks in and looks around as we pan up to see Tommy, rocking a ponytail, wondering where everybody is. To be continued. Okay, this episode's badass. It builds the character's world by introducing the parents of the Rangers. It has Billy going evil. It has an awesome putty fight in the Dark Dimension. It has Megazord versus Dragozord, and it has the Rangers losing all hope except for the forgotten Green Ranger. I really don't think they could have written a better reintroduction for Tommy if they tried. So what will happen next time? Will Tommy be able to reclaim the powers of the Green Ranger? Find out then. But until then, may the power protect you.